In our daily lives, how many times have we followed others just because they walked before us? How many times have we followed traditions or habits without asking, why, and where are we going? Today, I will tell you a short story, but one that reflects the pain of entire societies. It is the story of We Walk Behind the Donkeys. In a distant village, people used to go to the fields every morning. The road was long and rough, full of holes and sharp turns. People became used to following the donkeys that carried their supplies and goods. Over time, walking behind the donkeys became a tradition that no one ever questioned. Even when a shorter and easier path appeared, they refused to take it, saying, "We've always walked this way. Why should we change now?" Then, one day, some of the donkeys fell into a deep pit, and without thinking, the people rushed in after them, one after another. They didn't think, they didn't ask, they just followed. That was the shocking moment. Some realized that blind imitation leads to destruction, and that the first step to survival, to finding our own path, is not to walk behind the donkeys, but to open our eyes, think with our minds, and find our own path. So the real question is not, who do we follow, but rather, where are we going? This story touches on a very important point in our lives. We often follow others without questioning their actions. We follow our friends when they invite us to do things we're not comfortable with. We follow trends just because everyone else is doing it. We follow rules simply because they've always been that way. But if we stop for a moment and think about it, we'll realize that many of these things don't make sense. They don't align with our values, our goals, or our happiness. Yet we continue to follow, not because we want to, but because we're afraid of standing out, afraid of being judged or rejected by those around us. But here's the thing, walking behind the donkeys will never get us to where we want to be. It will only lead us to the same place as them. If we want to reach our destination, we need to find our own path, the one that suits us and our needs, even if it's different from everyone else's. Of course, this doesn't mean that we should ignore the experiences or advice of others. On the contrary, we should listen and learn from those who have walked the path before us. But ultimately, the decision of where to walk and how to walk it should be ours. Because it's our journey and only we know where we want it to go. Thank you for listening.